Hello everyone, it's Mr. Go to Game with another video, and today we are going to be talking about zombies, and specifically 2018 Treyarch zombies. We just had the new year, Happy New Year by the way, and the leaks are about to start rolling in. I am super excited, I cannot wait, because we are actually going to get our first look at the new Call of Duty in less than 100 days, I think. Possibly in less than 100 days, we'll be getting our first look at a new Call of Duty. And again, the good one. Now, I am super excited to announce that I am going to be basically becoming a full-fledged zombies YouTuber. This means I will be covering every update on this year's Call of Duty zombies and Call of Duty in general. I'll do detailed analysis on every trailer that comes out as well. And Gator and I are actually working on getting a group together to do Easter eggs and do the Easter egg walkthroughs to basically put out videos. So let's actually rewind and go back to the beginning of the story of Call of Duty zombies in general, of Treyarch zombies that is, and see exactly what's happened and where we are probably going to be going in the next zombies. I'll actually like to turn this off to MrRofflWaffles, who did a quick 5-minute video, very good 5-minute video, on the entire story of Call of Duty Zombies. So he basically took everything, condensed it down into a short 5-minute video, and really did a great job on it. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch that.
The story begins with Nacht der Untoten. 4 soldiers fight for their lives in a bunker. Verrückt releases and is set in Wittenau Sanatorium, filled with echoes of its bloody past alongside the new addition of perks. Scribbles on the walls hint at the nature of the research being done in the asylum, and it isn't pretty. The playable characters are 4 unnamed soldiers in a United States Marines recon unit, working under Operation Leader Tank Dempsey. They were originally sent into the asylum to extract the American spy Dr. Peter McKay, who'd been spying on Group 935, a German-led research organization. Map 3 is Shinonuma. The 4 main characters are Dr. Edward Richtofen, Tank Dempsey, Takeo Masaki, and Nikolai Belinsky. Hellhounds make their first appearance, as does the giant Tunguska meteorite and the Wunderwaffe. The crew teleport from Shinonuma to Dariz. It's there that Dr. Richtofen and Dr. Maxis had been exploring the science of teleportation, as well as the possibility of creating an undead army. Prior to the crew's arrival, Richtofen had actually trapped Maxis and his daughter Samantha inside one of the teleporters at the site, and catapulted them into time-space with unknown consequences. So, back to the present, the crew use a Wunderwaffe to overload the teleporter and find themselves inside Kino der Toten, another 935 outpost. We also learn from 5 that in 1963, Kennedy, Castro, McNamara, and Nixon experience a zombie outbreak inside the Pentagon itself. The next map is Ascension, and it takes place historically alongside 5. The crew assist a discarnate Dr. Gersh, victim of an unfortunate run-in with another scientist working at the site called Yuri Savoysky. They make their way from Ascension to Shangri-La, with a brief stop-off at Call of the Dead, during which we learn of George Romero and his cast's doomed trip to Siberia. It's during that detour that Richtofen gains possession of an ancient device known as the Golden Rod. They move on to Shangri-La and encounter Brock and Gary, 2 famous explorers doomed to die in their exploration of the tunnels and temples of the map. By delaying the duo's demise, the crew gain possession of a focusing stone of compressed element 115. From Shang, the crew travel to Area 51, and then onwards to Moon. They used the previously attained artifacts to open a large obsidian pyramid known as the MPD, and they find Samantha inside. It turns out that she ended up on the Moon after being teleported away from Dariz by Dr. Richtofen, and she's been trying to kill the crew the whole time. Richtofen enters the MPD by swapping bodies with Samantha, and assumes control of the zombies. In the process, 3 rockets are fired at Earth, which cause huge explosions and tectonic plate disruption. In Black Ops 2, we find out that there are survivors on Earth. One of them, Marlton Johnson, evades the nuclear fallout inside a shelter located at Nuketown. He meets up with Rossman, Samuel, and Misty in a rather foggy Hanford, USA. Richtofen and Maxis try to persuade the new 4 to do their bidding, which occurs in Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. In each of those maps, a pylon is powered for one of the 2 ethereal voices, in turn determining the endgame outcome of Buried. The decision is down to the player. If Richtofen takes control of the ether, he deletes Maxis from from existence. If the opposite occurs, Maxis condemns Richtofen to life as a zombie, as well as making plans to reach out to his daughter Samantha, who is at this point trapped in Agartha. We also learn the story of Weasel, Sal, Finn, and Billy, a quartet of inmates inside Alcatraz prison. The story of Mob is our first deviation from the ongoing narrative we knew throughout World at War and Black Ops 1. The idea of the zombies multiverse is now fully canon. The characters in Mob of the Dead are trapped in a cycle, and only by letting go can their beginning become their end. At some point, the Origins universe Richtofen gets his hands on blood samples taken from 2 of the prisoners in Mob of the Dead. That very Richtofen then meets Takeo, Dempsey, and Nikolai for the first time in a Group 935 excavation site in northern France. This newly formed Origins crew assist a young girl whose voice they can mysteriously hear in their heads. Once their work there is done, the Origins crew teleport away, and we're given our first look at a mysterious house containing a different Samantha, a different Maxis, and a different Eddie to those we knew in World at War. 2 years pass between the end of Origins and the start of the next map, The Giant. In that time, Richtofen is armed with the knowledge he gains from the Chronorium, and he carries out his search for the summoning key, eventually finding it in Morgue City. Unbeknownst to Richtofen, the foibles of a magician, actress, boxer, and cop have caused an envoy of the alien Apothecon race called the Shadow Man to become trapped within the summoning key. Richtofen snatches the key from the outstretched arm of a keeper, another ancient race which exists across multiple dimensions and universes. He then teleports out, travels to the Giant, meets the other Origins crew members there, kills the Richtofen of the Giant universe, known as Richtofen 1.0, traps his soul within the summoning key, and lights a beacon to allow Maxis to find them and help extract them from the site. By commandeering a giant robot, they travel to Griffin Castle, where Richtofen 1.0 had previously been working. There, they kill Dempsey 1.0 and then travel to Zetsubo no Shima to kill Takeo 1.0, who is suffering in a cell below the waves. Both of those souls get absorbed into the key. Before moving on to Stalingrad to look for Nikolai 1.0, the crew take a short detour to an unknown location, which, according to Richtofen, is an insurance policy in case they don't like where they end up.
Now, this was made before Revelations actually came out, so we didn't really know too much about what was happening after that, but I'll go ahead and fill in the blanks. They go get Nikolai's soul. He was in the big tank thingy, and they kill him, and you know what happened. He then teleports back to the house that we see in Revelations. Maxis gets a strange whisper in his ear to go and open the summoning key. He does. Shadow Man gets released and basically messes everything up in the entire universe. So, of course, our characters have to go fix it. Hooray, the characters fix it. And then, what do they get? A whole lot of nothing. And Maxis is all like, oh, you can't be here now. So Monty then sends our characters back in time to live out the prophecy as we saw in Shadows of Evil, on the wall, the premise characters holding up those staves in victory against the Apothecon. Now, I actually have my own theory about where this is going. I have a feeling that Call of Duty is going to stay where it is. The main story, the multiplayer, they're going to stay, in the modern era. Maybe go a little bit in the future, not too much though. But I have a feeling it's going to stay around here. However, I feel like Jason Blundell is going to take the zombie story back to medieval times and fight with those staves. We're going to see those staves this year. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, 2019, when the newer maps come out. We are going to be seeing the original staves of Origins in this year's Call of Duty Zombies. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you all did enjoy. I am super excited to be joining the Zombies community. Alright guys, I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And have a good day. Have a very good day, because I am having a very great day right now. Have a good one. Bye-bye.